Hello YouTube and welcome back for 2022. Going to be another quite quiet year in terms of videos, but there will be a few, starting with Tesco's Firework Leaflet for 2022. Bit of an odd situation where they're displaying the leaflet and the cabinet and everything else, but they're not letting you buy them until Friday. No one seems to know why, it makes no sense, but that's their decision. I guess they can do what they want with that. But they've got the leaflets available, so we'll take a look at that today. I will be returning on Friday to attempt to buy a couple of bits, which I will detail later on when I get to them. And we'll start here with the more expensive bits. So you've got the grand finale 4A nights, remember there? £55 for a large single ignition with, what is it, 100 shots, minute and 15 seconds, £55. Not the worst price ever. At least it's over 500 grams of net explosive, 100 shots you could expect to be sort of 600, 700 grams maybe, so it could not be the worst buy ever. Power Force Barrage Pack, however, I would probably stay away from that. Only just under 200 shots in there for 120 quid. You could probably do better. Obviously, if you've got that kind of money anyway, you should be going to a specialist. Same for the Ultimate Display. Selection box there and another big cake. All right on the club card prices. It's not £1,000, unlike without them. But again, if you're spending £120, you can go to a professional shop and get some much better stuff. On some smaller things, we've got the first new item of the year, dual multi-shot cake, £5, 128 shots. Could be like crackling pearls or something, £5, not too bad really, certainly in the context of price rises of recent. Shot tubes, 4 for £5, again, fairly standard. And then this very interestingly packaged hypersonic rocket and shot tube pack, 18 for £20. A lot better value than the Lidl equivalent, which is only 16 rockets, no shot tubes. Probably not the worst buy, that, to be fair, with the price rises how they've been this year. And I do like the packaging, I have to say, on all of these. They look very, very good. Oh, so that's the front page. We'll flip it over. So then we've got the, excuse me, the multi-buy options. Obviously, you've got the Northern Lights with the Aurora, Skyfire, Midnight Mania, others. 2 for £25, £35 and £45 with a club card, or £15 each without one. Same as before, really, nothing new. They're not the worst buys, probably. I'd say the 2 for £35 is probably the best value option. But obviously for small gardens, you've got the 2 for £25 and the 2 for £45. The big fan cake, £22.50 it works out at. So, you know, for a fan cake like that, a 30-shot fan, that's pretty cheap, really. But yeah, not the worst selection there. And again, the packaging is brilliant. On to their low noise options. This is where it gets interesting. So obviously you've got the usual small bits, the carnival box, the gala fountain and the little rockets. Terrible value, to be honest. £20 for 3 of them is awful. The fountains are pretty good. The box is tiny. You may remember I had one of those last year as a joke. It was a joke, but they were quite fun. But 5 rockets, so that'd be 15 rockets for 20 quid when you can buy 18 rockets and shot tubes for 20 quid with their other box, so it makes no sense. But this is the interesting one, this Bright Lights fountain pack. Low noise fountains, no crackles, no noise, nothing. £30. This is a bargain. So some of these fountains here are repackaged versions of some of the standards others, including the Spectrum fountain, which is like jumping jelly beans, worth a tenner on its own. A couple of others are repackaged that sell individually for £8 to £10. Getting them for £6 each in the box seems like a bargain. I will be getting one of these. We'll see how much of a bargain it turns out to be. Probably expect there to be anything in the region of 300 to 500 grams of net explosive, depending on obviously the size of each individual item. But that could be the find of the year for supermarkets. I've got high hopes for that. Looking forward to seeing what that actually entails on Friday. And then on to the family favourites. You've got the standard sparklers, perfectly good value. Traffic light fountain pack. Interesting to see if these are the same as the other standard fountain packs, the ones that have been revered for a few years now by enthusiasts. So £5 for 3, good value. I will be getting some of those as well, just to give them a go. Not had the normal ones that people have been talking about, so we'll see what they're like. Then we've got the Dynamite fountain. Seems to be maybe similar to this fountain here. So it look like the same kind of box. £8 on its own. This is what I mean about these. That could be good value. Medium noise there, so might not be the same, but they look similar to me. Duration of 1 minute and 30 seconds for £8. Not too bad, to be fair. And also you've got QR codes here as well, all these to watch. And then the Rainbow Fountain, also £8. Only a minute of duration on this one, but then it will be a fan. And obviously kids will love that packaging, although they'll probably like a dinosaur as well, to be fair. So if you've got a boy and a girl, you can have one each. obviously the girl can have the dinosaur and the boy the rainbow. This is the modern day world. But yeah, that is Tesco's range for 2022. Probably the better range of the supermarkets this year, which I didn't think I'd be saying, but there's a lot of variety in this. The prices haven't risen too much, and as I say, I think there's a couple of good bargains to be had here, of which I will hopefully take a look at when their stupid sales period starts. Makes no sense, but there we go. Thanks for watching. I'll be back hopefully on Friday or another day at some point over the weekend with anything I can buy. But until then, see you next time. Cheers.